Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Hope you enjoyed the video. And this video is the third part of a three-part series where I'm taking a look at the top two centers on each team. That's in this video. The first two was the Atlantic Division and the possible All-Canadian Division that might happen with the temporary realignment for next season. But in this video, it's the whole league. So we're gonna look at it from 31 to 1, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. Before we get to that, just for a second, please, if you haven't yet subscribed or you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the top two centers on each team and rank them, and you might get a little surprise on some of them. The interesting thing on this is I did the two videos earlier, yesterday actually, and I was going to record this yesterday as well, and I'm glad I didn't because I've had another look through the line combinations on a different site, because you know, you get different sites, you get different results sometimes. And I made some changes, and I think these are more accurate than than they would have been if I didn't make the changes. So hopefully you'll enjoy this, and we'll get started right away. So number 31. Okay, and what I did also, just to let you know how I came about this, I guess. So I took the top two centers from each team. I added up their points from last season, also from watching the games, from what I know about them, and some guys I don't know very well. And yeah, I made my decisions there. So you may disagree, and if you do, and you want to let me know in the comment section, let me know either I'm crazy, that you agree with me, or you disagree, and where you disagree, and let me know there in the comment section. I appreciate that. Okay, so number 31, we have on the bottom, I was gonna, there's too many teams. I can't put all the players up. On the first two videos, I had the two line center and their points, and you can kind of see it visually. I can't really do that. There's not enough room on the board, and it's 31 teams. So we'll just start off with the bottom is Ottawa. There's a lot of question marks there with Ottawa. They have, let's see, what's listed is Colin White and now Josh Norris. I had Chris Tierney, but it looks like Tierney's playing the wing. So Norris had 0 points last season in like 3 games, so he's a young player. They have him listed up on the top line. I don't know if that's true. If maybe Stutsley, who's a winger, Stutz, whatever his name is, apparently he can play center. It's a lot of question marks. Points totals, it was just Colin White. He had 23 points as a second line center. So I think legitimately they're on the bottom. They've got a long way to go. They're not going to be a cup contender this season. They did improve the team a lot, but you know, you got to give it a little time. So Ottawa's there last. Now, I kind of had Detroit in the next spot, but in rethinking it, I have Minnesota here. Probably easier to just write the Wild. So Minnesota with, let's see who they got. Did I put it? Yeah, the Wild. Marcus Johansson and Joel Eriksson Ek. Now, I don't know if there's any changes there, but between them, 59 points. It's not a ton. I don't think the Wild are going anywhere. They're kind of rebuilding, and I think they're legitimately down there. Next up, I've got Arizona. They have Derek Stepan and Christian Dvorak are listed as their top two centers. You're looking at 66 points. You're probably, Derek Stepan might be a second line center. I don't think that's a legitimate top two centers. They got to build on that. Arizona's struggling with all the problems with management and all that. I don't see good things happening with Arizona, that's for sure. Next up at number 28, this is where we got Detroit. I forgot that Detroit had picked up, what's his name now, Vladislav Nemestikov, who played with the Rangers, with Ottawa, and maybe somewhere else even. And with Dylan Larkin, you're looking at 84 points. It's an improvement. It brings them up 2 spots from where I had them. And but they're improving slowly. That's not, they're not going to make the playoffs more than likely, but they're getting better. And that's how a team that comes from the bottom starts to rise a little bit at a time. So Detroit, number 28. Number 27, I've got Anaheim. So Anaheim has Getzlaf and Adam Henrique. Both good players, but let's see, last season it was 85 points between the two. Getzlaf's getting old. Even Henrique has got to be on the old side, so there's got to be a change up there. I don't know if they're going to replace anybody or if they're not, but I've got him at 27. I don't see a big improvement coming. Next up at 26, LA. Now, LA has Anze Kopitar. He's getting older. He's on the downswing of his career, I would have to say, or at least he's got to be just getting out of his prime. Now, they drafted Quinton Byfield. Does that mean Quinton Byfield's going to be the number 2 center? I don't think so in his first season. He might not even make the team. So I don't. They have, who did I say now? Anze Kopitar and Gabriel Vilardi, who's a young guy. He only put up 7 points last season. That's who's listed in the line combination site that I saw. It could be because that's who played in the last game for them. I don't know, but there's nobody in their list that I see that really takes over. So, you know, it's questionable. Maybe Byfield comes in and has a great season and it would bring them up on the list. Next up at number 25, I've got New Jersey. See, now this is another one where I'm glad I checked the line combinations because it seems like Jack Hughes is playing on the wing, and that makes a lot of sense. He's a bit small. I don't know, you want to put him at center the first couple of seasons till he starts to grow into that body and bulk up. So they have, let's see, in New Jersey, Nico Hischier and Travis Zajac. So 2 veteran players. Hischier's young, and they put up only 61 points between the two of them last season on a kind of a god-awful team. I don't expect much better for next season. They should be a little improved, but I don't expect them to be a ton improved, so I think legitimately they're at 25. Next up, a rebuilding Chicago with an aging Jonathan Taves. You've got Patrick Kane still on the wing, but apparently they don't play on the same line. I thought they did. Apparently, Kirby Dack's going to be the second line center. Now, he's young. He didn't put up a ton of points. What do they have, 83? What did Dack get? Dack didn't get that much. I got to find Chicago on my list. Dack had 23 points last season. You know, he's a young kid. He looks good. He's big. But I don't expect a ton next season from him. But I expect that should be a good combination. But Taves is getting old, so we'll see how he does next season, especially on a rebuilding team. From what I remember, he wasn't that happy that they were rebuilding, and they didn't kind of confer with the players before they announced it. I think that's what happened. Next up, 23, Nashville. Nashville has, Matt Duchene, who was rumored to come here, was it 2 seasons ago? Anyway, I'm glad Matt Duchene didn't come here. And who else is in Nashville is Ryan Johansson. So 2, decent centers. I don't think either one's number 1. So that's they put up how many points? 78 points last season. I don't see that changing that much. They might put up a few more, but I don't think that's going to change drastically, or they're going to be competing points-wise with the top teams in this list. So I've got them at 23. Next up, Vegas Golden Knights. So interesting here, you got William Karlsson, a good center. I don't know that he's a number 1 though exactly, and you got Cody Glass behind him, young kid. He got, I think, only 12 points last season, but very talented along the lines of Nick Suzuki. I don't know if he's as good or going to be as good as Nick Suzuki, but I think there's a lot of talent there. The only thing is it's an unknown with Glass, so I've got them lower down. They'll probably finish higher than that, but he's kind of an unknown, so I'm going to put them there. At 21, to top off on the third, that's the bottom 11. And I don't know if you'd be surprised, but I got Dallas. So we're looking at Tyler Seguin and Joe Pavelski, who's getting older. He only had 31 points last season, so they produced 81 points. I'm not sure that Pavelski gives you a ton more in a full season, and we don't know if they'll play a full season, but production-wise, I don't know that he reaches higher numbers than that. He's getting older, and Seguin kind of up and down and inconsistent the last couple of seasons. So if they play their way out of this, out of the bottom 11, well, next time they'll be higher. At number 20 is Florida. So Florida with Barkov And they brought in from Columbus, I guess signed him as a free agent, Alex Wenberg. So Wenberg only had 22 points last season with Columbus. I think he improves on that here, and I don't know. I don't know how much, and I like Barkov, and we'll see if he can stay healthy the whole season, and we'll see how that goes. But I got them in the top 20 anyway. Number 19, Calgary. So you got Sean Monahan, Michael Backlund. They produced 93 points last season. I think they do a little bit better this year. Calgary's improved, I think, mostly in the with the goalie adding Markstrom, and I don't remember what other changes they made. But still, I got them there. They produced more than a couple of the teams that were higher here. But I just think that they're not going to be that much different next season. So I've gone there. That's my reasoning. Next up at number 18, Washington. So you're looking at Kuznetsov, and let me see who else. I got to spin my paper. Kuznetsov and Nick Backstrom. Backstrom's starting to get old. He just signed a new contract, I believe. Was it last season? But he's on the downswing. Kuznetsov, I think, right in his prime. It's a good, I think they're good, solid top two, but we'll see how Backstrom, what kind of a season he has next season. But I think they finished somewhere around there, so I've got him at 18. It's these middle guys here that were probably the hardest to figure out, honestly. So number 17, Columbus Blue Jackets. That's the team we made the trade. Montreal traded Max Domi for Josh Anderson, so Domi's their second line center. I think it improves them over there as far as that center, but I don't think it brings them up into the top, like into the playoff. Like they're just under the playoff teams, or not that I'm saying these are playoff teams. I'm not, but I'm just saying, in that 17th position. Yeah, I think Domi is a good addition for them. We'll see what kind of season he has. Dubois he surprised me that Dubois had only 49 points last season. Domi had 44, so they had 93 total. I think they'll improve on that a little bit, and yeah, I'm going to finish somewhere there. Below Montreal, yeah. Next up at 16, San Jose. I'll just put the SJ. Everybody knows what that is. San Jose with Thomas Hertl, and let me see, I got to look it up, sorry. And, Logan Couture. So that's a good combo. They're good, solid. I don't know necessarily that either of those two are typical number one center, but they're both good players, that's for sure. They produced 75 points last season. San Jose wasn't that good. They're capable of more. I think they can produce more. We'll see how that goes, but I got them at 16. That might be a mistake, and they might be actually lower than that, but can't be perfect. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section. That's for sure. Next up at number 15, Philadelphia. Freaking long name to have to spell. So the Flyers have, don't forget the A. You got Sean Couturier, Kevin Hayes. That's a really good combo. What did they get last season? You're looking at 100 points. I have it here. I don't know why I have to look there. But 100 points, that's good, solid production. Capable of a little more, maybe a little less, but I think they fit right there in the middle of the pack. That's pretty much right in the middle of the pack. Next up, if you're a Montreal fan, I got Montreal right here. So just a note, anybody thinking that I'm biased and I'm going to have Boston, Boston's not here yet, Montreal is. Toronto's not there yet, Montreal is. So no bias here. I'm trying to make my best guesses. So Montreal with Nick Suzuki and Phil Deneau. KK can't be in that list yet. He has to prove it next season. I don't think he makes the second line center yet, and I don't think Nick Suzuki takes first line center just yet. But between them, they produced 88 points. I think you're looking at a lot more next season. I think Deneau gets into the 50s, and I do really believe Nick Suzuki hovers somewhere around 65, 70 points. I really think that's possible, especially with a big guy like Anderson on his wing. He has some chemistry with Drouin. I really like that. I want to see what's going on with that next season. And then you got, obviously, the top line with Deneau. We know what they can produce. Deneau's capable of putting up 55 points, 50 to 55 points. I think that's a really good combo, and I got them right there. Number 13, Just ahead of them, same division, Buffalo. Buffalo added Eric Stahl behind Jack Eichel. I think was a good addition. Stahl on the end of his career, though, on the downswing, but capable. He put up 47 points last season. Capable of hitting 50 to 55. Maybe more. Especially with Taylor Hall there, the improved offense. We'll see what happens, but he's capable of 50. And what did he get? Eichel had 78. You know, he's capable of more. And yeah, I think that's a really good combo. Maybe they should even be a little higher. Kind of struggled with that, but I've got him there. Next up, another team that maybe could be a little higher, but I've got him here. St. Louis. So you're looking at Ryan O'Reilly, Braden Shen. Really good combo. They produce quite well. Let's see, 61 for O'Reilly, 58 for Shen, almost identical. I think they can improve on those numbers next season if there's a full season. And like I said, this combo, maybe I could have had them a little higher up. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Next up at number 11, and then we get to the top 10. Carolina. So Carolina has Sebastian Aho, former Hab, and Vincent Trocheck listed as their second-line center. Capable. I don't know that Trocheck's a second-line center, or anyways, I don't know that he's a typical second-line center, but he's good. They put up 104 points. I think that's a good combination either way. I don't know if Trocheck will remain at second-line center, but I don't see anybody else there that I would have put there. So got him at number 11. Now we get into the top 10. Let's see, who's at number 10? Got a Canadian team at number 10, and that's Winnipeg. Winnipeg with Mark Scheifele, and they just brought in Paul Stastny. Re-brought him in. I think he left as a free agent from Winnipeg. If I'm wrong, let me know. I think it's a good addition. Stastny only had 38 points with Vegas, but I think with Winnipeg, he's going to have Laine on his wing. I think his numbers are going to go up. Scheifele's producing 73 points, and they had 111 between the two of their numbers, although Stastny was in Vegas. I think it's a good combo. I had them lower, and this is one of the teams I brought up. I think they're legitimately in the top 10. Number 9. Here's a team I dropped down. And my rethinking was, it's not because I'm biased to them. Boston. Whoops. Not easy to write on that line. So Boston with Bergeron and David Krejci. Bergeron, we all know how good Bergeron is, but he's getting older, and we'll see how the seasons and the coming seasons affect him. Krejci, definitely capable center, second line center, no problem there. I just think that with Bergeron maybe falling off with the injuries to Marchand and Pasternak starting the season, it may give Bergeron more ice time and more potential for scoring, and it may not. So we'll have to see how that goes. Anyway, I got him in number 9. At number 8, another Canadian team, Vancouver. So Vancouver with Elias Pettersson and Bo Horvat, solid down the middle, no doubt. And I think this team deserves to be in the top 10. They put up 119 points between them. I think Pettersson increases his numbers. Maybe Horvat does too, but it's a solid combination and definitely deserving to be there at number 8. Number 7. Surprising for a team that doesn't score a ton, but New York Islanders. Matt Barzal, who on any other team maybe has a ton more points than he does on the island, and with the Islanders. And who's behind him again? It went out of my head. Brock Nelson. Between them, they put up 114 points. That's good, solid numbers. You're going to get good production from both of them. And if they let them have a little more freedom, maybe you'll even get great production. But they're definitely top 10 combo, in my opinion. Colorado is next at number 6. So now Colorado's got maybe the best player in the league. A lot of people will say that, Nathan MacKinnon. Problem is now Kadri's not a bad player, but I mean he's not a typical second-line center points-wise, so that brings the combo down, but they're definitely still in the top 10, and that's on the back of MacKinnon, because MacKinnon is just awesome. Like I said, maybe the best player in the league right now. So we'll have to see how that works out next season. But you know McKinnon's going to be there putting up those points. So next team is a team, and by the way, Colorado was one I brought up, thank God, because I think I made a big mistake where I had them. Next up, I brought them down from second place. I don't know what I was exactly thinking, but at one time, definitely this team, Pittsburgh, would be in second place, maybe first, but not now. Both their star centers are aging a bit. In Malkin and Crosby. Crosby was injured last season, even though he still put up more points than in games, so a little bit higher. But still, you know, he's getting older. We don't know. Could get injured and miss the whole season. Could have a fantastic season. Definitely in the top 10 if they're healthy, that's without a doubt. And we'll have to see it. I put them there. Let's see now. Next up, Tampa Bay. Now, this is interesting because I did bring them down. I kind of I switched them with another team, which I guess you can figure out if you know who's not there yet. But Tampa Bay with Steven Stamkos and Braden Point, two great centers, I think. Personally, Point, a young one, really up and coming, is going to increase to 64 points, I think, or still at least be there. And Stamkos, 66 points in 57 games. If Stamkos is healthy, you know, this guy produces 90 points, so it's definitely a top 10 and near the top of the league combo, but it's based on his Stamkos healthy. Can he play all the games? Anthony Cirelli is good. I don't know his points total. I didn't look it up. So he's the one behind it. So it still leaves them good, but with Stamkos, they're right near the top. Number 3, New York Rangers with Zibanejad. And who's behind Strome? Ryan Strome. They put up awesome numbers, 136 points between them. You're adding Lafreniere somewhere on the top 2 lines on the wing. It's going to increase somebody's numbers, you have to think. And that's just a great combo. And yeah, I don't know if they can move up in the top 2, but they're going to be up there. Next up. So there's 2 teams, if you know. So just to show I'm not biased because I rethought this. And I put Toronto at number 2. Now, I know Habs fans are going to be mad at me. I get that. But when you're looking at pure offensive production, that's a great team. Tavares and Matthews, as much I don't really like them. But it doesn't matter if you don't like somebody. When they're good, they're good. You can't take that away. So I think that's a great combo for 1-2 and centers. The problem is they don't win the big games. I think they don't have that whatever it is to win the big games. They're not gritty enough, not tough enough. That's my opinion. And I think they're too much offense, don't play enough defense. And we know Toronto's got a problem with defense. But offensive production, Toronto's number 2. And that leaves just one team, and I think everybody knows who that is. That's Edmonton. I'm going to list Leon Draisaitl first because he had 110 points. McDavid had 97. 2 great centers. It doesn't matter which one you put in there. Head and shoulders, numbers-wise, above everybody else. I think it'll continue. Problem is, doesn't win them games either, or championships, because they bowed out against Chicago in the qualifying round. I think it was a qualifying round. If I'm wrong, correct me, but they bowed out early. And they haven't been able to even get there to the dance. So even though you got the top 2 guys down the middle, you got to surround them. You can't have, you know, Toronto, listen to me. You can't put everything in 2 guys up front and have nothing for behind. Now, Edmonton hasn't put all their money like that, like Toronto kind of did, but it doesn't work. You got to have people around you. I think Edmonton will have a better season this year. Goaltending is going to be a problem, I think. We'll see. And yeah, but definitely top 2 centers. Edmonton wins that. So that's my video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave any comments you may have. Am I crazy? I may be. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Where would you put them? And yeah, leave that in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel or you have not subscribed yet, please do that. Subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here Talking Habs. I want to thank you all for watching the video and stay safe out there. Things are getting worse. Let's hope it starts to calm down. Stay safe and peace out, y'all. I'll see you next video. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.